The Vikings Skol Line. We welcome them to Meatsauce Monty for our Season 2 finale. I'm Matt Montgomery. My close personal friends know me as Monty, and Paul, everybody knows you as Meatsauce. Close personal friends call you Paul.
Yeah, I didn't realize how loud that was going to be.
I know. I was trying to joke.
I'm an old man. Yeah.
I can't hear you.
No, but it was
Thank
great.
you to the Skol Line. Great
yeah,
job.
They're the best.
They are fantastic.
They are.
Every home game, they are there performing, having a good time, getting Vikings fans going. You okay with that water bottle there?
Yeah, my weak hands can't open it.
Your bad ears, and then you're...
I'm an old man. I think I took 2 naps today.
Just 2?
Yeah.
You got a long way to go.
I took one right when I got up, and then I took another one at like 1 till like 4.
Those are beyond naps. That's a whole
like
other sleep cycle.
Yeah, it's aggressive,
So,
and then I can't sleep at night.
How was your Christmas? I can tell.
It was great.
We both got wonderful gifts from Scott. Our show, I would say, he's our photog, he's our editor, he's our special effects man, he's our lighting, he's our sound.
He's the brains behind the whole thing.
He's pretty much everything.
Yeah,
he's everything that Todd isn't.
And a super nice guy. Well, Todd doesn't exist.
So you had a good Christmas?
Yeah, it was phenomenal. You?
Yeah, it was a wonderful time with the kids.
I drank too much. I contemplated today being sober for the rest of my life, but I'll probably drink tomorrow, so that'll go.
Only days that you don't work.
Yeah, and
right?
I didn't tonight, but I had plenty of time to recover, hence the 2 naps.
Happy holidays.
Yeah.
It's drinking and nap time.
Yeah, it's the best. Yeah, that's
Scott
what holidays
got you
are for.
proof that Dexter Jetster does exist. See, the powerful world of eBay.
I thought he was kidding, and then when I opened this nice gift that Scott didn't have to get me, I'm like, I hope he didn't take that from his collection, because 1, if he did, what a giant nerd.
Hey,
and 2, I'm
personal
not
collection,
taking
he's
it
got
from
at least 2 of them. I know that.
Yeah, good point.
If he's a Star Wars nerd, the way I know them.
Maybe this is worth a lot of money.
eBay? Oh, he just said, oh no. It's episode 2. Everybody just kind of lets that go.
No one knows
He got me
who
a
he
very
is.
nice pen because he knows I treat this like a prop.
Yeah, it is a very nice
It's
pen.
like I have a pointer now. I can.
Yeah, that is a great pen.
And should we just talk more Christmas, or do you want to talk Vikings?
Whatever you want to talk about, let's do it.
Let's do it. Coming off a 16-0 win in Green Bay, shutout, conditions were horrible. You were there.
Yeah, I was.
What was it like being there?
It was really sweet because I took my brother and then a couple other people. We went, and it was one of these things where if you haven't seen it for the first time, he named it perfectly. It's Yankee Stadium of football. It's unbelievable. What are you doing?
These were both open, so I don't know which one you contaminated.
Both of them.
That's okay, take them.
Get your own.
I got my own down here.
But it was cool to see because it was the first time in a long time that Green Bay had 0 to play for.
Yeah.
And it showed it. At halftime, when the Vikings were up 10-0,
nobody there.
No one came back. The whole upper level, which is all green, the lower level's silver, and I didn't know this, but all the newer, the remodeling and all that they did, that's all green. That was all empty in the second half.
Wow.
Everybody bailed, and they didn't have much to play for. They booed them leaving the field.
They get any Skol chants going?
Oh, yeah, at the very end of
really?
the game. Yeah, they had a massive Skol chant at the end of the game. It was sweet.
Nice.
It was a great time.
So you endured that 5-degree weather? And
I was in the radio booth, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, I was working, technically.
Yeah, I thought you were...
No,
Okay, all right. So this was the first shutout that the Vikings defense had since 1993. First time they shut out the Packers at Lambeau since 71.
I didn't know that.
That goes back a long time.
Yeah, that is
And yet
a
it doesn't
long
even
time.
feel that good because it's like,
Yeah, but a pro
A-Rod wasn't
shutout's
playing.
still a pro shutout.
No, I get that. And like you said, they didn't have anything to
When
play
they
for.
went from
they're your rival.
4.5-point dogs to 10.5-point favorites or something.
Yeah, off one player.
Yeah, it was, they've quit. You maybe wonder, it was a preseason game at the end of the game. The second and third team was in. And you wonder how that'll help them or hurt them when they make it to the playoffs. And you haven't played they're not going to play a meaningful game today.
Yeah.
It means something to them, which helps.
To get
like
to
a lot of
number 2?
these teams are sitting all of their players, but they need to win today.
Yeah, New Orleans I think is going to help us out anyway.
Yeah,
there's a lot of it. We can talk about that, but Vikings last 2 weeks, 50-7, they've outscored their opponents. Bengals, Packers. That's more a compliment, I think.
Yeah.
25 points a game for offense, okay, but to give up 7 points,
right?
Defensively,
they're very good, and they might shut out the Bears today. You never know.
You think so?
Yeah, the Bears have. Once the second half comes, and you got guys that, they're going to, the Bahamas tomorrow.
Yeah.
They're going on golfing trips. They plan their vacation.
They're ready to be
The last thing you want to do.
John Fox is ready to be fired.
Right. John Fox
Loses
is going to
job.
be fired. The last thing you want to do, though, is go. You can't go on vacation with a blown out knee. So
Sure.
you're going to see a lot of guys that are
Stay
kind of
safe.
O-lane. And,
Yeah.
so.
Like, hey, don't hurt me. Let's talk a little bit. Harrison Smith, NFC Defensive Player of the Week. 2 interceptions last week against Brett Huntley, which normally you'd say
Unbelievable.
that. Yeah, he looked great.
He should be the Defensive Player of the Year. He's that
The
good.
entire league?
Yes, he's that good. Because Everson's kind of fallen off, but
Don't say that. He's got a career high. He's got 13
yeah,
sacks.
but when was the
That's
last time he had one?
Hey, defensive game planning. Don't you read the paper? They said they weren't even
I
trying to
don't read the
sack
paper.
Huntley.
What is this,
They were just trying to contain him. Yeah,
Sure,
you're too
but
busy
it didn't work.
tweeting.
It didn't work.
do
He
you
had a
mean it
couple of
didn't
big
work?
runs. He had a couple
Oh.
of big runs. He was their only offense.
They didn't score a
Jordy
single
Nelson,
point.
Well, I get that, but he had a couple of times where he just were, they kind of gave up
spy
on him. And
must
he
have
just
let him get
ran.
out.
Yeah, but yeah, Jordy quit at halftime. It was.
Jordy looked like he was hurt.
Yeah, I
he
think
looked
a
uncomfortable
groin
the
or
whole
something.
time.
Yeah, it wasn't good.
What was that?
A groin?
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, so the number 2 seed, how important is that? It seems like a given. But let's just start here. They control their own destiny, and when a team controls their own destiny, you want to win. But other than that, Carolina's playing Atlanta. Atlanta's trying to make the playoffs. New Orleans playing Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay's done.
Yeah,
New Orleans wants to
well, they
seal-
almost won last week.
But yes, they almost did. But New Orleans is trying to seal a home game.
they want the 3rd seed.
yeah, so that they
right?
get to host.
Yeah.
If they lose, then all of a sudden
I don't know.
they
Can
don't
they
host
only
one.
be the 4th seed?
Is it 3rd? It's 3
I don't
or
know.
4.
But
It's
I
either
think,
way.
yeah, like LA can only be the 3rd or 4th seed.
Yes, so that's why LA has
So
really
yeah,
nothing.
none of them are playing, and
Right.
then the other, there are a couple other teams where like the starters aren't going to play.
because it doesn't really change.
It doesn't
3
change.
or 4 is the
right.
exact
well,
same.
3 or 4 you get a home game. 5 or 6 you have to go on the road.
Correct. And 3 or 4, you could
Yeah.
also say, well, who's our opponent going to be
Right.
versus then who would we go to play on the road? Because the Rams, I believe, if they lose, they won't have to come to Minnesota. They'd have to go to Philly.
Yeah, I think. And,
so that's why
and
they're
that's
like,
what they want.
rest
They
everybody.
want that. They
Yeah.
want to go to Philly.
If I told you that Latavius Murray and Jerick McKinnon are the 5th, they've got the 5th most yards as a running back duo the entire season. But extra little stat, they're 2nd best in the NFL since week 4 when we lost Dalvin Cook.
Really?
I would have been like our passing game, Thielen,
Yeah.
Diggs, your A-lister, Rudolph.
Yeah.
To say that our running attack has been the 2nd best since week 4.
That's
As a
unbelievable.
duo.
That's sweet. And,
Yeah.
and they have that running game will take them. You need a great running game in the playoffs. We'll see
Possession,
what it can do. But
Clock.
yeah, the
all those
offense
things.
didn't look too good on Saturday in Green Bay, but
Passing, weather.
it's freezing. Yeah,
Yeah.
that whole bit. But yeah, we'll see. And they hopefully, I've gone on record, obviously on Twitter, and I think I've said on the air on the radio. I don't think the Eagles will win a game. I think they're one and done, and the NFC Championship game will be here.
They
in
should have
Minneapolis.
lost to the Raiders about
Well,
3 times.
They should have lost
the
to
Raiders.
the Giants.
I know.
They should have lost. They should have. The Vikings tomorrow should be playing for the 1st overall seed.
Well, but technically they're just
Right.
stay
Second
home.
seed's fine,
It's
but-
going to be just as good as one if Philadelphia loses. Still has to go through Minnesota.
Great point. Yeah.
Super Bowl's in Minnesota, Zim. So the quote this week: 1 win equals 2, because Keenum was saying it, Rudolph was saying it. It was all over the strip. All the players. Zim must be saying this to these guys. It's essentially you win today.
Yeah.
It's like winning the first round of the playoffs,
That's a
and
great
you
way to
get the
look at
rest.
it.
So it's really a 3-win situation. You get rest, you get the win,
And you get and you get home.
Yeah.
And I think what were they 5-0 after out of their last bye week? Didn't they go 5-0?
Yeah,
something
that
like
started
that?
that started the big streak.
Yeah, because that was right after the Cleveland game in London, and then
Right.
they were on the bye. And I think they started 5-0 right out of the bye.
Your special London trip. Something magical must have happened on that. Let's talk a little bit more Vikings. We got a couple minutes left. You're not afraid of Mitch Trubisky.
No.
You're not.
No, the Vikings are like 13.5-point favorites. The only thing I
Okay.
worry about is who's going to start on that offensive line.
Okay.
That sucks. Because the worst game they've had so far, minus the game in Pittsburgh, the worst game they've had was without Elflein, and he hasn't practiced all week.
right.
So
if I told you the Bears defense, they're 8th in yards per game, they're 10th in points per game. Last 4 weeks, they've averaged only 11.3 points to their opponents. Now, throw all that stuff out because they're coming to the bank.
yeah,
But we might as well do our picks now.
okay,
We said this, I think it was 4 weeks ago for me. I said I'm picking the Vikings all the way through.
yeah.
I picked the Vikings again. However,
Yeah.
what's the spread?
I think it's 11 or 12 or 13.5.
I'm nervous that it's going to be something like 17-10.
That's
or
fine.
21-13.
They just got to get the
It's-
win, and
I
I think
agree.
I think it'll be higher than that because
I don't think it's going to be a blowout.
I think that Zim over and over and over and over and over again has said to them, as you just pointed out, this is a 3-win if we win this game. We
Right.
get the win, we get
The
to
bye,
advance in the
and we stay
playoffs, and
home.
we get to stay home. We need this win. They'll come out on fire, and I think they'll beat them bad. I think it'll be I bet they
gonna
win
say bad?
31-10.
Okay.
Mitch Trubisky's
31-10.
horrible.
Oh.
Horrible.
I don't know. Those NFL film
And they
guys
love
are really,
playing at home.
Yeah. All right. I agree. I think they win. I'm just saying it might only be 7 points or 11 points. I don't think it's going to be a bloodbath.
All right.
Come here on Sunday morning. Make your picks.
Absolutely.
You can, the Progressive pot up to $5,000 in free slot play.
Really?
And they give you a free ride. They'll take you right here door to
Are you
door.
serious?
Mystic Lake will take you on the shuttle all the way to the bank.
Are you serious,
Door to door,
Mark?
sir. I am dead serious.
Amazing.
Yeah, that's a pretty good deal.
Dexter, what do you think?
He thinks it's a great deal. Another thing we got going on here. So obviously this is our show finale.
Yeah.
So we do have some people to thank. We'll get this out of the way right here. Mystic Lake, I cannot thank them enough.
Yeah, they've been great.
So awesome to us.
Yeah.
Nothing against the CW, but we were in their basement for season 1.
Yeah.
Stage M here.
This is
at,
like when Noah's Arcade buys Wayne's World show, and we moved up to that.
Yeah. Only we're
I
cool
need
with
those
it.
cards. That,
Yeah, we're like,
Yeah.
we're really excited.
Yeah, it was
and
great.
Party on
And
Wayne.
yeah.
So we're thrilled to be here. So thank you so much to Mystic Lake. Along with Mystic, Pete Hackett, Sam Rook in their marketing department. And this season we had John Randall.
Yeah, he was
obviously he's a
amazing.
buddy of yours.
He's amazing.
We also Leo Lewis.
Yeah.
We have the Vikings
Chris
alumni
Walsh.
to thank. Yeah, Chris Walsh was fantastic. Looked like he showed up from playing golf.
Yeah, he was great.
So Vikings alumni Tracy McDonald, Katie Bernheim, thank you, thank you, thank you. The show would not be the same without that. So we might as well get another commercial in here for Mystic. They're preparing for the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
They got some big shows coming up here. Club Nomadic, Thursday, February 1st. The doors are going to be open. Ellie Goulding.
Phenomenal.
And they got Florida Georgia Line. I know
Phenomenal.
you're a
Huge fan.
Huge country music.
Yeah.
That's like your jam. And then Super Bowl Sunday, Gwen Stefani, who, you know, her choice in men is questionable.
Yeah, but you could say
but
that
her
for
music,
some of the women that have dated me.
her music jams. Don't do it. Self-deprecation. You just, you ride that pretty heavy sometimes.
Yeah, I like it though.
It's a good
It
joke.
Works. It works. Well, I'm not attractive.
No, but if you had that Stamos hair, that's what
Yeah.
you said so many.
I have a hairpiece.
Yes, you've admitted that.
It's so bad right now because
that's-
the lady who fixes it up and puts
Yeah.
it all together.
She on Christmas break.
She was on Christmas break. It's hideous.
So you're like, keep the hat on.
Oh yeah, the glue's coming off. It's a disaster. It's so hideous.
Do you want to show people at home, or do you not want to do that? It looks fine. Look at that. High def. Look at that.
Looks
Oh.
like the beginning of the birthing process.
Okay. You know what? We're burning some clock here. One of my favorite segments, Todd's Sports Machine, just the George Michael Sports Machine,
I
which
haven't
I know,
watched it. No,
I know you have
I've
to
not
YouTube
yet
it.
to watch it. You love that.
It's so
bit.
wonderful. Well, yeah, it works every time. This is going to be a double segment.
Okay.
We're going to have one of my favorite, we only do it once a year, after this. So let's not double dip here, okay? Don't say the same thing twice. Timberwolves, they just come off that overtime win against Denver. Jimmy Butler, 39 points. The crowd was chanting MVP. You think they're right?
Yeah, he's unbelievable. He's taken over. He's basically, and I'm stealing this, I think, from Aaron Gleeman on Twitter. The first 6-7 games, Jimmy Butler was like somebody at the new guy at the office. Then he kind of eased his way in, and now he's like, I work with a bunch of idiots.
This is my- yeah.
I have to do this all. And not that those guys that he plays with are idiots,
They're
but
kids.
he and Carl are phenomenal, and the rest of the team's all right. But man, he took over last night. Unbelievable victory.
Especially in fourth quarter.
Yeah,
and
they
overtime.
won 5-6 in a row. They're on fire.
Jeff Teague, ankle.
Yeah.
Could be out indefinitely.
I thought it was his knee.
I thought it was, well,
I think it's his knee.
knee.
Yeah.
I thought ankle,
Nice
knee.
of you
It's
to
an
care.
injury. Well, I wrote it down with this
Okay,
beautiful
fine.
pen.
His
Sure,
head got
whatever.
blown
Yeah,
off.
but he's out indefinitely.
Let's go with that. Yeah.
Yeah, let's go
His
with
eyes fell out. Yeah, perfect. Same thing.
Yeah, same thing. Accuracy means nothing
His
on this
fingers
show.
broke.
Come
yeah.
on.
Well, no, but
so what's
it's his ankle? No, it's his wrist. I'm just kidding.
concussion?
I'd be in big trouble if one of my wrists broke.
He had a concussion. Well,
It's funny.
you're terrible.
Yeah, I know.
You're terrible.
We're gonna get fired anyway. Who
That's
cares?
Well, we're not fired. We're taking a hiatus. That's what it's called.
Yeah.
It's a season finale. It's like we're professionals. That we work together. Our trailers are right next to each other. We wake up every Sunday morning. We do our show together.
Yep.
And then it's like, season's over. We need a little bit of space.
Yeah, everybody needs a hiatus.
Then we'll
me.
come back together in September.
A lot of people have taken hiatuses from me this year.
It'll be Thunder from Down Under.
No, they're still with me.
Yeah,
they text Todd and I constantly.
Oh, absolutely.
And they get really good angles. I'm like, holy smokes. Did you steal a Duraflame log?
Let's stay with Timberwolves. The city uniforms, the gray.
Yeah, they're great.
Yeah, you like them?
Yeah, I think they're all right. Yeah, no.
You're going to tweet
Adults
it and
can't
tell
wear
everybody
jerseys.
Really?
Yeah,
But they can
no.
wear NBA Jam t-shirts?
Well, yeah,
Your
that's
thoughts?
not a jersey. I have
don't know.
9 of those.
Yeah, but
you
why not
can't.
wear the
don't
jersey?
No.
wear the
No.
jersey.
No, unless it's like your son or daughter, don't wear a jersey. I just have weird reasons.
NBA Jam t-shirts are okay.
I was going to wear one today, but I didn't want to let Todd down.
All right. Yeah.
So I dressed
You dressed up again.
not nicely. I think I took
No,
a
you look
nap
great.
in this.
You look great. Well, it doesn't wrinkle. See, you should be a salesman for the shirt. You can nap in it and then show up for work, no wrinkles.
Right.
Although the
So
buffet
new and
food
improved.
stains,
Yeah, and Muppet hair.
that
and
doesn't help.
all kinds of other nonsense.
Go for basketball. Nate Mason sprained ankle. Oh, maybe that's why. Sprained ankle, or
Yeah,
was it
that's
his
all right.
knee? Oh,
Was
I
it
right on
it
that
sure
one?
wasn't his foot?
I don't know.
He didn't hit his head?
Yeah, he has a headache.
I'll be honest with you, I haven't really followed them a lot.
Really?
Yeah, they got off to like a great start, then they went like unranked, and they're
And now
like,
you're bored with
who
them.
did they barely beat that they were like 19.5-point favorites?
The Drake?
Drake, yeah.
The
yeah,
Drake.
Yeah, so
You got to say the Drake like Seinfeld.
once in February, March, that's when I'll start watching again.
tune in.
And obviously I'm a huge front runner. I'm a big Kentucky basketball fan.
Yeah, yeah.
So I watch them all
That's
the
your
time
team.
instead, yeah.
The Wild 4-2 win over Dallas. They're hanging on to the 8th playoff spot.
Yeah,
Blah,
Parisi
blah,
played in Iowa a couple.
Yeah,
he might be
sure.
ready next week. Yeah, who cares?
Yeah, who cares?
Right.
What's his name? Fallness isn't here, so we
Yeah,
don't have to
well,
talk
who
about
cares?
it. Twins. Sano?
Man,
Allegations?
I know that gal.
Is that a big
I know
trouble?
her really well. I wouldn't say she's a friend of mine, but I got to work
Acquaintance,
with.
at
She's an
least.
acquaintance. I got to work with her during I did some stuff with the St. Paul Saints.
Sure.
And she's nothing but high class. She's nothing but
Very
yeah. She's
professional.
very professional. She's very
Courteous,
nice.
nice.
She's wonderful what she does, and the responses that she has gotten from some of these just meathead idiots are so stupid.
Yeah.
If any, now it's all allegations.
Absolutely.
If any of that is true, you got to get rid of him.
Absolutely.
You can't do that to people. I don't care who you are. And I'll never understand where you get these stories of like men that are like doing that or saying things or
Well, they
being,
feel
but
entitled
it's
to
like,
their position and-
why? Once you must be an awful human being if for 1 second somebody
to-
says, "Don't stop, I'm uncomfortable," you walk
Yeah.
away. If you personally are like, "Well, I don't feel any pain for that," you
Right.
keep, being the
He doesn't even know what
boogeyman,
he's being
get
sorry
away. Stop.
Yeah.
Just don't make anyone feel uncomfortable, especially women or vulnerable adults, anyone.
Right.
Don't do that. And don't
Right.
be dragging, you're not a
It's
caveman.
easy to understand
Don't
consent.
be dragging women around.
Right. It's super easy to understand consent.
But yeah, I know her. I don't think she wouldn't make it up, but it's sad. You shouldn't do that to people.
We'll
yeah.
see how this plays out in our off season. Maybe some good Twins news. The Zach Duke. Was
Yeah.
it Christmas Day that
Yeah.
you scooped it?
Yep.
You get these accolades now. I used to be a former news guy, so I get this side of it used to be a thing. Scooping something is meaningless. You make it so funny because
Thank
you're
you.
like, yeah, I do it, and obviously it takes work or it takes a good contact. It takes something. It
I
takes,
was sitting-
It takes of your energy and your time,
in my dad's chair at my parents' house,
waiting to open presents.
hungover, watching my sister open up her movies, and all of a sudden I get this text from my source, and I'm like, oh, all right. I copy, pasted, deleted the part where he said, you didn't get this from
Yeah, so and so.
he or she, you didn't
Joe
get this
Mauer.
from me, blank, blank, yada, 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 tweeted it.
Joe Mauer is
People get butthurt about it. That one guy that writes to the Pioneer Press is like, as much as it pains me. Well, get a better source,
Yeah.
you Todd.
Well, you know what? Journalism has changed. Like, you are on your phone all the
I
time.
put zero effort
yeah.
into it. Shocking.
That's what makes it hilarious, though, because TV stations make it. Oh, such a big. Let's.
I got the Ron Gardenhire news right after the person I used to live with and I. Yeah,
Oh, sure.
Right.
Yeah.
I like roll over and I'm like, oh, tweet. I don't do anything.
Yeah.
No, why would you?
But it's great, though. That's why
Right.
you are symbolic of all that is right with
Right.
keeping
It's easy.
journalists in check.
Right, and I
It's
told
awesome.
multiple people who I my multiple sources. If I can get the Yu Darvish news, I'll take a bunch of them to Manny's.
Nice. That's a good call. Joe Mauer goes there all the time anyway, so I'm sure he's your undercover A-lister.
I met him once. He's a super nice guy.
Really? Did you get a free car or anything?
No, he's a good dude, though.
Mauer Chev, they should sponsor our show. We only have a few minutes left. NFL, 0-16 parade, Cleveland Browns. They think it's more...
Who do they play? Pittsburgh. They're like
on the road.
17.5-point dogs.
What do you think of that? A team going 0-16
well,
and
how
only
does
the
the
second
coach
time.
not get fired?
Well, the coach says he's going to jump in Lake Erie as part of... He said they'd never be this bad again. He said he'll jump in Lake Erie, do a polar plunge type thing. Yeah.
I hope he does it for like Special Olympics or something.
I'm sure there will be some.
Yeah,
well, you know that all the money that from this is going to the Cleveland Food Bank.
Oh, sweet.
So they are trying to give back.
Either one, yeah.
But some people are mad saying they're 0-16, don't give them a parade. Other people are saying this is like a protest to say the owners and general manager need to get with it.
No, it's bad for the NFL. People, you don't need
it's making fun of them.
Yeah, but you don't need teams like that. I mean, how many bad games have we had? Well, as much fun as it was to see the Packers get shut out, that was an awful game. You're going to have bad games today. Anybody playing Cleveland, a lot of the Giants are a mess. There's some bad games that have been played in the NFL.
Well, Week 17, there's a bunch of worthless teams that don't care. We got a few minutes left, real quick. Cheryl Reeve, Lynx head coach, Star Tribune Sports Person of the Year.
Wonderful human being. I've gotten to know her through the radio and through other things. She's
awesome with
all
local media.
Class.
She's fantastic.
She's all class. She stands up for her team. I love that about her. I absolutely adore that. Like, people take pictures of like sports stores around the area and there'll be no Lynx stuff. And I love I love that. She's a perfect coach and she's a perfect GM and she's a wonderful mother. Everything she does is great.
All right.
She's one of my favorite people in this market.
We got about 3.5 minutes left. One of my favorite segments.
And I think I owe her $20.
Why do you owe her money?
I bet Kentucky'd go undefeated when they lost to Wisconsin in the Elite Eight.
There you go.
Yeah, it was one of my many downfalls.
Well, if she's not calling you, just...
No, she asked me if I'd go to a game and I haven't gone yet.
Oh, well,
maybe
summer.
I'll go. Yeah, I'll go.
2018 predictors. Predictors used to be a great bit.
Thank you.
You let it die. TV, we had it on our last episode of our first season. I'm bringing it back for the finale again. So hit it fast, be funny, be whatever you want to do. She said be funny?
Yeah,
well,
that's of course.
Awkward.
Yeah,
very awkward.
You should see me with my shirt off.
Gophers basketball, March Madness, your thoughts?
There'll be a top 6 seed and they'll go to the Elite Eight.
I said Sweet 16, 4 or 5. Nate Mason, Jordan Murphy, Big Ten, all first team. Timberwolves.
There'll be a top 5 seed. They'll get a home playoff series and they'll win that first series.
I say 3
and they'll
seed.
They'll win 50 plus games.
3 seed. They make it all the way to the West Finals, lose to Golden State.
Wow.
I'm going a little bit further out on a limb, I think, than you are.
That's sweet.
You're like, hey,
good for you.
Right now they're 4. They're gonna climb up. Either San Antonio or Houston. Somebody's gonna fall. Wild.
No, they won't make the playoffs. Boudreaux will be fired.
They won't make the playoffs. Parisi might retire with a bad back.
Matt Boudreaux will be fired.
Will probably retire.
Yeah,
he's a stud. It's great that he came back home, but I don't even think they make the playoffs. Lynx. Lynx.
They'll win the WNBA championship again,
It'll be their 5th. They already have 4.
They'll win it again,
Do you think Lindsay Whalen retires a champ?
Yeah.
And she goes out?
Her and her husband are taking me to Olympic Hills to play golf. They are.
Great
she said
pitch.
She would. Yeah.
That's awesome. I'm not saying this will happen. I think it should. ESPN 30 for 30 should follow the Lynx this season.
100%.
Because if they win the championship, they will be the winningest franchise in league history. They'll pass the Houston Comets.
They should. That's a great
Whalen
point.
will pass Diana Taurasi. She's the winningest player. She is an icon. If there's a Mount Rushmore of Minnesota athletes, I think Lindsay Whalen should be up there.
100%. Lindsay and Cheryl should be on it.
Well, see, for all-time Minnesota sports, you'd have both of them.
It should be Moss, Kevin Garnett,
Whalen,
and
Puckett or Joe Mauer. You wouldn't say Joe Mauer. A lot of people like to boo on Mauer. Puckett, he's passed and he's...
Rossi.
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
But that's why
probably,
his 91, I mean.
Yeah, but as I've said multiple times, Kirby Puckett does not belong in the Hall of Fame.
Don't say that. You know how
I'm
you make people mad on Facebook
I
about
don't
this.
care.
You should.
I like making people
mad.
mad.
You're not very nice.
I'm actually, well, if you're a female, I'm super nice.
You are a very nice man, but to say things about Kirby Puckett
he shouldn't be in the Hall of Fame. He should not.
Just edit
that out.
Does he
have 3,000 hits?
Just edit that
out. Or does he?
His career was shortened because
Mark Rosen.
All right, let's get our last one. Last predictor.
Yeah.
Vikings. Do you want me to go first? I actually took notes because the more I started to figure this out,
Oh, I
I'm
have
like,
notes.
yeah, you're
A cook in
Hey.
a croissant diner, Dexter Jexter,
Coruscant.
picks up plenty of information as he's serving his patrons.
Sounded
He's an
more
old
like croissant.
friend
Hey, we only have like
of
30 seconds
Obi-Wan
left. We
Kenobi.
got to hit
He's always
this.
willing to share information for a price. If you're going to talk to me like that, you have to talk to Dexter like that.
Oh my God.
Tell Dexter.
Vikings.
Apologize.
I apologize, Dexter, who is based off of Ernest Borgnine. Super Bowl 52 at home. I'm believing it. I'm drinking the Kool-Aid. I think we win. Here's the storylines. Here's the deal.
Are you drunk?
No, I'm absolutely stone cold sober. Think of the NFL and their storylines when it comes to Super Bowl week. Us versus Pittsburgh. Antonio Brown, Xavier Rhodes. Le'Veon Bell versus our run defense. Tomlin used to be a coordinator with the Vikings. Zim, Cincinnati, AFC North grudge match.
Yeah.
Big Ben trying to retire a champ. Case Keenum, the Cinderella
said.
story. It's happening.
Yeah.
We will be the first team to win at home, and we will bask in glory forever and ever. Case Keenum could retire this year, and
Yeah.
he'd never have to pay for a drink in Minnesota ever his entire life.
They will.
It won't get any better than this.
They'll play the Rams in the NFC Championship game, and
At home.
and they'll play Jacksonville in the Super Bowl.
Jacksonville. Above New England,
Yeah,
Pittsburgh.
Well, New England has gotten
Chiefs.
New England has gotten 2 games handed to them. That Pittsburgh game is just
Yeah.
total BS. That Calvin Benjamin touchdown in the. I mean, they get more calls than anyone, but Jacksonville will beat them. Jacksonville defensively, and it'll be a 6-3 Super Bowl.
So then Super Bowl?
Yeah.
Us, Jacksonville?
9-6 us.
I love it. We're both
Right,
picking Super Bowl
Dexter?
champs. Anything else you want to add before we
No, thank you.
seal the
Thank
deal on the
Todd. Thank you,
finale?
everybody, for doing this. I mean, you guys have been great. You put up with my nonsense, my bad attitude, my crappy text when I don't get a nap. You guys have really been great. I really appreciate it.
Awesome.
And you do too much work.
I don't do any work. This comes
You
naturally.
shouldn't be stuck doing TV with me. You're too good at
I
doing this.
love doing this.
Yeah,
This is-
but you're
it's,
above this. This would be like Roger Clemens pitching in like a AA game. And I'm the fat manager who just gets hammered the night before.
You'd be like the Tom Hanks of League of Their Own. Todd, Inkster Marketing, thank you so much. This would
Todd's
not be
dead.
possible without Todd. Todd ran away with Thunder from Down Under. He's in Australia right now.
He went skiing with him.
Wait, did he go with a couple people?
Yeah, just 2 of them.
Yeah,
He
just
went skiing with 2 of them.
again. Thank you to Mystic Lake. Thank you to Todd. Thank you to Inkster Marketing.
Thanks
Pete
to
Hackett,
Dexter.
Sam Rook. Oh, Dexter. He's our chef. We've had so many meals here at Mystic. And Vikings alumni Tracy McDonald, Katie Bernheim. Thank you. Season 2 in the books, but we'll see you back here next year. Skol Vikes.